He seemed to be much calmer now. See, you have to be nicer to creatures who demand respect, or you'll get nowhere with them. Spoiled brat of a horse, the man groaned. 50 gold, if you can ride the damn thing. Her eyes met the horse's. Will you let me ride you? She tried to climb Wendell's back, and he actually let her take his reins. She tapped her foot on the side, and he sped off around the fence line, taking her for a ride. She tugged on the reins and kicked him hard on the side. Now, stop that. He slowed to a trot. Behave yourself. She led him back to the stables, his head still held high, but walking much slower than he had been. 50 gold. Sold. She got back into her bag and counted the proper notes. Oh, and you'll also want the saddle you're sitting on, the reins and all that. That's another 50. Now, wait a minute. Back at the inn, you said all that came with him because you couldn't get rid of him. Calling me a liar, elf? He growled. Yes, I am. Liar or damn drunk who don't remember what he did not an hour ago. If you're trying to cheat her, I'll burn this place to the ground with you in it. Sager walked up behind Valera and stood in front of the man. I don't like cheats. Not the first threat I've gotten, you great fool. Another 50 or leave the horse. Sager drew his sword and put it to the man's throat. You'll take what she's given you and not say another word, he growled. Sager, that's quite enough. But, yes, we're leaving with the horse, saddle and all. She threw the money down to the mud and the muck. She jerked the reins to one side and rode toward the open gate, Sager holding his blade to the man's throat. But the swindler had one more card up his sleeve. Guards! Thieves! He shouted at the top of his lungs. Horse thieves! Guards! Two men in full armor bearing short swords much like Sager's were there in seconds. What's going on here? Your champion's a thief, that's what. You see, she's got her friend with a blade at my throat. The guard saw Valera on the beautiful, probably expensive horse and approached her first. All right, miss, off the horse. I just paid him for it. 50 gold in notes. The money's at his feet. I dropped it. You see, check for yourself. And this behemoth, another guard motioned toward the two men. He tried to charge me double, and my friend reacted with his blade. She explained simply. I'm sorry, sirs, but I've already paid the man for this beast, and so we really should be going. She hasn't paid for the saddle or any of that stuff, he shouted. He said 50 for the horse, saddle and all, if I could ride it. Here I am riding it. So I gave him the 50. Once again, it's at his feet. One of the soldiers walked up to the two men. Lower your weapon, nomad, he ordered. Sager obeyed, sheathing the sword. The soldier bent down and picked up the now filthy notes. Yep, 50 golden notes, he counted out. Now, what seems to be the problem, sir? I've been shorted, that's what. These are the king's notes. There's nothing fake about them. So how were you shorted? I told you idiots she hasn't paid for the rest. His temper was getting shorter and shorter. And it's your word against hers, and you're a known cheat, right, Morin? Like I'd admit to that. Fine. Keep the damn horse, but don't show your faces around here again, or I'll have you both skinned. That's some big talk to be in front of 3 soldiers and me. Sager laid his hand on the hilt of his blade. Right. The soldier nearest them glared at Morin. Should we charge you a fine for trying to cheat your customers, or would you like 2 days in the stocks? Your choice. Morin groaned. Well, here. Split it among your men. Split that among yourselves. Drink yourself to death. He stomped back to the barn, if only to get away from the lot of them. Guess you two can be on your way now. Sorry about the trouble, but he's a known cheat around here. The guard who found the money returned the notes. Here's your money back. Just take the horse. I'm sure if you don't, it'll be the death of that animal. Yes, sir. She nodded, tapping the sides of the horse with her boots, riding towards the still open gate with Sager beside her. The guards dispersed when they did, and the elven champion and the behemoth of a man left Callantyre, headed back to her home in Hadenshire.